I'd like to take this time to welcome you guys back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of my C7 Corvette channel. And I am the host, John Schaff. And this is my C7 Corvette channel. For those of you that know, and those of you that do not know, the Corvette plant in Bowling Green was hit by several tornadoes last weekend. And some of these cars that was waiting in the staging area to be delivered to the Corvette owners was significantly damaged. That was a total of about 115 damaged C8 Corvettes. And GM has ensured us that these particular vehicles that was built and waiting for the owner to take possession, these vehicles will be rebuilt and they will go to the top of the line of production once the plant will open for business. And like I said before, so 115 of these magnificent vehicles was damaged in the tornado. And this is John Schaff, and this is my C7 Corvette channel. And that's to say its ownership like the Chevy Corvette. And this is the staging area with the, if you wanted to have your Corvette delivered through the museum. This area is it's in the back or behind the racetrack. They have a staging area where they place all these vehicles. And this is the area here that was also damaged. So the racetrack itself is closed until further notice. But this is the area where they keep these cars that's waiting for a museum delivery. So if you want to go through the museum and get yourself a museum delivery, this is where your car would be waiting to be prepped and for you to be contacted to come in, pick up your particular car. And as you can see, I have frequency this area myself all the time. I'm like a kid in a candy store when I am out at the track, and I'm able to film these beautiful cars in the back. So if you ever get out to the Corvette Museum, make sure you visit the racetrack once everything is open and back to normal. And like I said, these cars are staged out in the back behind the garages. You get to kind of look forward, but it's a whole bunch of them that sits back here, all in different colors, from LT1 to LT3, coupes and convertibles. And for $999, you can also have your vehicle delivered through the Corvette Museum. But this is behind the racetrack area there in Bowling Green, Kentucky. This is John Shaft. This is my C7 Corvette channel. I ask you to hit the like button, share button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification button so you will know when I am doing a upload. And that says ownership like the Chevy Corvette. And the Corvette Museum is back open for business. The museum itself received kind of slight damages, and it was closed for a couple of days during the week, but they are back open during regular business hours. But you have to be careful still about traveling around in the Kentucky area, because the Bowling Green area was hit by the tornadoes and received significantly damages. So some areas or some roads may be still impassable. But feel free to travel and visit the Corvette Museum. Like I say, the Corvette Museum is now back open and operating under normal business hours. But the racetrack itself is closed down until further notice. And this is the area where they keep the cars that has been produced and waiting for ownership to be picked up. And this is the area where most of the Corvettes was damaged. Like I said, there was a total of 115 Corvettes that was damaged. And these cars will go back to production to be rebuilt, and they will go to the top of the list in the rebuilding process once the plants are reopened for business. So that's some good news for you guys that had a Corvette and then your Corvette was damaged. And I do believe these cars that was damaged would not be repaired. You just get a total new car. They're not gonna give you a car that's already double damaged like this. So the production of your vehicle will start all back over again, but you would go to the top of the list. This is John Shaft, and this is my C7 Corvette channel, where all things are Corvettes. Stop dreaming and start driving your new Corvette. And I know many of you are anticipating the arrival of the new Z06 C8, and because of the tornado that hit Bowling Green plant, I do believe that that is going to affect the build and cause a delay in the Z06 model. It just depends on when they get the plant reopens and start back the building of the Corvette. It's going to be a while yet before they start back rebuilding Corvettes, because they have to rebuild the or repair the damages to the plant. So it may be a while before you get back into the business of building Corvettes, but be patient. And those of you that knows and don't know, this car has experienced a lot of setbacks when it comes to the manufacturing of this gorgeous vehicle. Everything from the Corvette strike, the plant shutting down, supply and demand shortage, pandemic, and now you can add tornado to the list. Not to mention that the roof of the plant caught fire. So it's going to be a while before they get back into the business of building Corvettes. And so yeah, that created a tremendous backlog. And then they already had one at first anyway. From the time the vehicle was started up produced in 2020, because it was not able to get out many vehicles they wanted to in 2020. So some of those allocation was pushed back to 2021, and also 2021 they was not able to get out the many vehicles they wanted to. So some of those allocations put back to 2022. And now we have a new model coming out, the Z06 coming out in 2023. So you're talking about a tremendous backlog. And they only have one Corvette plant, which is located in Bowling Green, Kentucky. But do be aware that some of the dealerships do have a waiting list for the Z06. If it's not already closed down, because of that waiting list. You had to put down $2,000 just to get on the waiting list. But also be aware that once you get on this list, and if you cancel before the order is placed, GM has not started accepting orders yet, but once the order is placed, you could no longer receive a refund. But up to that point, before the order is placed, you can receive a refund of your $2,000. But once the order is placed, the refund then become unrefundable, and you had to come up with additional $3,000 to put down on your Z06. So you're talking about a total of $5,000. And that's if you can find a dealership that still has this list that's open for the Z06. This is John Schaff, and this is my C7 Corvette channel, where all things are Corvette. And as you can see on my channel, I have been to the Corvette Museum a few times. And this is one of my favorite areas to visit, the racetrack, which is on the other side of the museum. And then once you get out to the racetrack, if you go on the other side or to the back of the racetrack, you'll see a staging area where all the Corvettes sits and wait for their owners to take possession of their vehicles. And these particular vehicles here are for the museum delivery. It's not for you if you had a application in and your car was produced and going to the dealership. This is not the area where your vehicle is set. This is only the area for the museum. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so you will know when I am doing a upload. Nothing says ownership like the Chevy Corvette. And keep in mind, even though you have to pay $999 for a museum delivery, whatever is listed on the MSRP of this vehicle, that's what you pay for. So you're not going through a dealership the way you got to deal with 100% markup. So if your vehicle costs $65,000 and with an additional $999, then that's what you would pay for your vehicle. Some of these C8s that I've seen on a dealership lot cost as much as $100,000, and that's just for a LT1. But I have seen customers that order their car from GM instead of getting off a dealership lot. They order from GM and the vehicle show up at the Corvette lot for $65,000 that's listed on the MSRP. But once the dealership get a hold of them and this it's being sold for new, it's up on the resale, then they're gonna charge you 100% markup. This is John Chef, and this is my C7 Corvette channel, where all things are Corvette. Which color is your favorite color? Let me know down in the comment section which color you prefer, and if you prefer the coupe or the convertible. Me personally, I prefer the convertible. I long look for the day when I'm able to visit the Corvette Museum and I see a bunch of Z06 sitting out like this. Again, this is the holding area behind the Corvette racetrack in Bowling Green, Kentucky, next to the Corvette plant and next to the Corvette Museum. Welcome you guys back to another episode of my C7 Corvette channel. Nothing says ownership like the Chevy Corvette. For those of you that know, and for those of you that do not know, the Bowling Green plant there, the Corvette Bowling Green plant, was hit last weekend by several tornadoes, and the plant was hit with a severe amount of damages. And those damages also include some of the vehicles that was there in the area waiting to be delivered. And there was about 115 Corvettes that was waiting to be delivered to the owner through the Corvette Museum. And these Corvettes was significantly had a lot of damages to them. And GM has stated that these customers' cars will be rebuilt, and they will go at the top of the list in the rebuilding process when the plant doors will open for business. So if you had a Corvette and your Corvette was damaged in the tornado, and your Corvette was sitting out in the, what you call the staging area, which is behind the Corvette Museum, then your Corvette will be rebuilt.